Good morning, you guys. Today is 15th of December, Friday morning. Yeah, Friday, right?
Yeah.
We just departed the Walmart distribution center in Ochalata, right behind. Just got on the on-ramp right there, right before we started talking. All right. I talked about possibly vlogging that delivery, but decided, you know what, I'm going to just wait because I have a pre-planned run away to now, and our shipper is only 25 miles from this Walmart here. Before we even get to Tulsa, we're going to be there. We're going to be picking up at BAMA cold storage, or I think it's whatever it's called. There was another company name that's associated with the location, but basically it's a BAMA cold storage facility. It's kind of a local chain of cold storage facilities. Pretty much all of them that I know of do frozen bread related kind of loads to McDonald's, basically. So I kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what we got going on here. Now, I've been to one of their facilities before, and it's actually run off the same exit as where the Flying J in Tulsa is. You can drop it down a little bit. Empty trailer and the wet roads, not the greatest combination. Okay, so we're going to a different facility though. This one I have never been to before. I just know it's set to -10, and I know it's a McDonald's related load. Otherwise, I don't know anything else. I assume that it's bread, though, or bread related. But now, if you guys are at all familiar with US 75 here between Ochalata, Bartlesville, and Tulsa, you might know there's a truck stop down this way. Not a very huge one, but there is one. It's actually off the same exit. It's right down the street from where our shipper is going to be. So that's what we got going on there. I'll tell you more about where it's actually going to later in the video. Meanwhile, we got stuff to talk about here. First, the obvious. You see, I did indeed get my son Bradley picked up. Say hi, Bradley.
Hi.
A rough night because I left Amarillo about 7 or so last night. Got him picked up around 9:30 at his place, and then we ran straight out this way. Had about half an hour to spare before between when we got here and we're able to check in for our delivery. Spent 3+ hours on the dock door at Walmart. Decided, you know, I got time to burn before the pickup. I don't want my 14-hour clock running down when they had like an extra hour and a half I needed to really burn before getting rolling to the shipper. So, yeah, it's been kind of sleeping a little bit off and on. Not much to come by, but a little bit here, a little bit there, I guess. I really didn't even sleep between when we left Walmart and got parked. I don't know about you. A little bit, okay. Well, the only sleep I got was while we were in the dock door. That's it. Alright, so let's talk about something really important now. This is mainly oriented for those of you guys who are former JCT drivers, or maybe you're JCT drivers and just aren't aware of this news yet. Or maybe even if you're a Hirschbach driver or a trucker in general or whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that title kind of says it all. John Christner Trucking will soon cease to exist. That is not fake news. It was made official yesterday by Brad and Richard, our CEOs. Speaking of, I got a couple of things to talk about on that too. Before I get into that whole topic with the JCT dissolving or absorption into Hirschbach eventually, completely. I'm going to point out that they just started a new, what you call a driver advisory council, I guess you'd call it. Let me get that set up right. Okay, or I think on the Hirschbach side they call it like an ambassador program or whatever. To put it more simply, it's really just kind of a liaison position, if you will, or it's drivers who advocate for drivers. So when Brad and Richard or the other upper management maybe have ideas that they want to implement on ways to change the company, for the better of both the company and drivers, that's mutually equitable, I guess. What they do is they'll meet with this board and basically seek inputs from the board members, the advisory board, whatever. Really, and these were hand-picked names of drivers who I guess they were, they thought would be most unbiased or objective and, I guess tactful, diplomatic, I guess would be another way to put it. So, if any of you guys are military vets, you might know like what a first sergeant is. I believe Army first sergeants are the same as Air Force sergeants. Correct me if I'm wrong, Army guys. Air Force first sergeants, though, now they can be E739. I want to say first sergeants in the Army are only like E8s or whatever, but it's more a position than it is a rank. You just have to be a senior NCO or senior non-commissioned officer to be in that position. Ultimately, what they are is a liaison between the enlisted troops and the unit commander. Ultimately, is what it is. So they keep the commander in the loop on issues that are affecting unit morale. Where troops are maybe, things that are bothering the troops or whatever. And this freaking guy probably sped up too, didn't he? Kind of the same idea here, though. You got Brad and Richard, and then Dustin. He's like the top level guy at our terminal in Sepulpa. Basically, they handle these meetings, and then those of the board member drivers will kind of bring the ideas to them, or they will say what they have in mind, what they're wanting to do, and then they'll seek our inputs. Try to get objective inputs from us on what the drivers might think about this or that, these ideas or whatever. It's like seeking the inputs of subject matter experts as well. That's what I would call it in the military. But anyway, yours truly got name dropped to be in that advisory board. I didn't know anything about it until I was at our terminal last week, and Dustin called me and asked me if I would be interested in doing it. And I was there at the terminal anyway, but I was getting my truck washed when he called me. So I asked him, "Hey, are you here in Sepulpa?" And he goes, "Yeah, okay, all right." And he says he's upstairs, so he's in the office right next to where John Christner used to be when John was running the place. So I went up there and talked to him in person. Big guy. I'm not a small guy myself. He's even taller and bigger than me. He's like, I was told he's like 6'8". I thought he was like 6'5", 6'6". But anyway, beside the point, he kind of explained to me how the program works. And basically a couple of specific people at the terminal specifically mentioned my name as recommendation to be on that board, along with a couple of my friends, Daryl Dunn and Daniel Finney. along with I think about 4 or so other drivers. I know one of the drivers, I believe I swapped with him once before. I don't really know him, but I'm pretty sure I swapped with him in Hinton, Oklahoma about a year ago. And a few other names I don't really recognize, but so probably about 7 or so of us. We had a conference call yesterday. It ended up just being myself and one of my friends who works out of our Fort Worth, or now Aledo, Texas yard. It was just the two of us with Brad and Richard and Dustin, and it was revealed in that conversation. It was a video chat on Microsoft Teams. Yeah, it got revealed that basically they were going to unite JCT and Hirschbach into one name, one company, one name, and it really does simplify a lot of things. Instead of having 2 systems and just kind of create headaches with management of the assets and all that, I can see their argument, their point, the reason for that. On the AS400 fleet management system, because as it is set up right now, Hirschbach drivers are more easily able to pull JCT trailers. However, JCT drivers cannot pull Hirschbach trailers because of the way the system is currently set up. So it's easier to just migrate us all into one system. I get that. Now, there's a problem here too that I even did bring up. Me personally, I don't care if the side of my truck says Hirschbach or John Christner on it, ultimately. It's not that big a deal to me. As long as my pay isn't affected, as long as my lease contract isn't affected. Not that big a deal here, but now I did express a concern to Brad and Richard that, hey, it doesn't bother me, not my issue. That coyote just got hit pretty recently. Alright, anyway, though, I said there is a chance that you're going to get some higher turnover on drivers, because they're not going to want to stay once they realize that JCT is going to no longer exist. And part of that reason, I believe that drivers have, and some will make good on that promise to leave, and I think it's because some of them are a little bit stigmatized by the thought of driving for a mega carrier. And this isn't my exit. I was like, I know there's like a quick trip off the same exit, but that's not the one. I'll be further up. Anyway, yeah, but JCT, we had like 700-800 trucks on our side. Hirschbach is, I think larger, like about 2,000 or so. I'm not even really sure. I can't even remember how many Hirschbach has on their side, but with them and us combined, I remember when the acquisition happened, dude, you're going to back off, man, because I'm not backing off for your ass. There's a fucking yield sign and I got traffic passing me up. That's just too freaking bad on you, dude. Alright, this car is doing 61 though, so I'm gonna have to, we'll throttle back a little bit here. Alright, with us combined, we're the second largest refrigerated freight carrier behind Prime. From what I remember them announcing when the acquisition happened about 1.5 years ago. So, some drivers don't want to drive for a mega carrier. Whereas JCT, I wouldn't really call it mega carrier, but I wouldn't call it small either. Some people might actually call JCT a mega with that fleet size, 700-800 trucks, but, call it what you want, I don't know, I don't really care. If you have a problem with driving for a mega, okay, then might be time for you to jump ship if you're currently a JCT driver. If it really bothers you that much. Otherwise, stick around, maybe see how things work out. It could be for the better, it could be for the worse, who knows? You know, I know there's anxieties that are always going to happen with everybody. Like you want the best at them, you know. And this guy, I'm getting trapped here by traffic, and I want to go around this guy. And I don't want to be following this car this close here in the rain, but there we go. Well, anyway, yeah, they did give kind of a anticipated timeline. Yeah, you're actually gonna wait. I'm not gonna stay behind this car. So they did say it would probably take a good 7 years before all of the trailers, all the JCT trailers are completely replaced with Hirschbach trailers or Hirschbach badge trailers. You know, yeah, they could always rebadge existing trailers to Hirschbach as well, but when he said about 7 years, and that's generally about how long fleets tend to keep their trailers before they replace them with, like trade them in for new ones. So I interpreted that to be that's what that meant. You know, whenever they just naturally attrition the trailers out and for replacement, for trade-in, whatever, you know, they'll just get replaced with Hirschbach only trailers. And so you're going to eventually, over time, see less and less JCT trailers on the road and more Hirschbach trailers until eventually they're completely gone. You might even, say like when Swift and Knight merged and then Swift changed their logo. You know, they still run separate, but that was a merger, not an acquisition. And they still run on separate authorities. But a couple of years ago, Swift changed their logo. When they change their logo, you can see it, where you would see a few of their trucks or trailers with the new logos. And then gradually, as every month passed, you started to see more and more of their new logo stuff and less of their old logo stuff. Kind of the same concept going to happen here, I believe. There's still other questions I have as well myself, like how's that going to affect me with freight? I mean, my freight lanes. You guys know I most often run between SoCal and the Midwest, with an occasional random load to other parts of the country. So I don't know if that's going to change. I don't know if I'm going to be still mostly reliably be doing California to Midwest, or if I'm going to do a lot more randomness. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. I know the lease contracts, or existing lease contracts, are not going to change. They might, actually I have heard that they're starting to give drivers options when they sign new lease contracts, both with new hires and people who upgrade. And some of them might be, I guess they get the option of whether to sign a JCT style contract or a Hirschbach style contract. Now, I don't think they have a 99-cent fuel program on the Hirschbach style contract at JCT yet, but they are talking about whether or not to do it. So I don't know what the future holds with that, and if you're interested in knowing about that. Just know that, about 7 years or so before all the trailers are completely gone and become completely Hirschbach. And they were saying about maybe 3 years or so for the tractors. Now, again, the tractors usually tend to get traded in after about 3 years or, roughly 500,000 miles. But you're still going to have the lease drivers who don't want to switch trucks or maybe own their trucks or whatever, or want to own their trucks. What's going to happen there, I don't know. Maybe they'll rebadge their trucks as Hirschbach. We'll just see what the future holds there, guys. I don't know. But I know some of you guys who watch my channel regularly, who know me from being either a current or previous driver at JCT, are going to be interested in this kind of stuff, so figured I'd let you guys know about it. They officially announced it on our geotab system in a video yesterday, around the same time we were having that conference call. Alright, yeah, I need to stay here behind this traffic because the very next exit is ours. So that's what's going on, guys. Guys, throw your comments in there, whatever, in the comment section there if you have any thoughts on that. I'm sure there are drivers who are, you know, I'm going to leave if they ever switch over, but, like, you know, it's kind of like when insert name here becomes president. You get all these famous actors and musicians, whatever, talk about leaving the country, such and such gets elected, and then that person actually does get elected, and then half of them end up not even leaving. All they're doing is bitching and complaining, but don't want to, you know, make good on their threats. So I'm sure there are going to be some drivers who are going to do that. They're just going to bitch and complain just for the sake of bitching and complaining. Whereas other drivers are probably going to make good on leaving once they learn that's true. So take whatever you want with it. Doesn't really affect me. Again, you know, well, it doesn't affect me until it really does affect me. I don't need to worry about other people's problems, how other people get affected. I am kind of wondering about how it's going to affect our dispatchers and planners and stuff in Sapulpa. They did say they are going to definitely keep the Sapulpa terminal open, though. They made it. Richard made it pretty clear that they want to add, not subtract or replace, whatever. So, in fact, it was mentioned because we just moved out of our Fort Worth drop yard last month and moved over to the Aurora facility in Aledo, which is right by where I-20 and I-30 meet up on the west side of Fort Worth. Let me get this zoomed over here real quick for you guys. I need to switch over to satellite for you as well. Let's see. Watch this traffic here. Yeah, I needed to watch what that car was doing, plus this pickup here. Okay, we're going to be making a left turn up here. I don't know if it'll be right there at the light or possibly just before it. But I want you guys to be able to see the layout there. Yeah, but it sounded like they're expecting to outgrow the Aledo yard pretty quickly. So I would anticipate us possibly moving out of that yard into another one pretty fast. Yeah, I need Canton Avenue. That is not this one. Should be just a little bit past. Alright, yeah, it should be about where this sign is at up here. Now, there are two driveways here. I don't know which side is going to be which. Yeah, BAMA Food. So there's a sign right here, shipping and receiving. So I'm going to just follow that. Oh, there's a shipping sign right here. Okay, so the south side is the shipping side and the north side is the receiving side, apparently. So we're going to come in over here on this side here, since we are here to pick up a load. Alright, I don't know anything about their process here. I did see in the reviews online that I guess you can park overnight in front of their gate or whatever, or on the other side, or what, I don't know. If you get here early. Alright, so their gate's open, so I'll assume I can just come right up here. Is that our shipping office right there? What's that sign on the door say? I can't read it. Stop right here. I can't tell if this door over here by the bay door, this roll-up door, this forklift access door, whatever, if that's, actually, you know what, wrong status. Can't tell if that's a shipping office or I need to go over there to the other end by where the flag poles are. So we'll get checked out, checked in, whatever, and then figure out what to do from here.
I got parked.
Drop a dookie. Oh, he's pulling away right now.
And then you heard that.
Okay.
Did you hear that part?
Maybe. Okay, so alright, because of the setup space, now normally I would sign my tandems now, but because of the setup space we have to work with, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to dock into the same door that the other driver just vacated. Normally I would open my trailer doors now and slide the tandems also, but because I don't know if we're going to have enough room to work with if I slide the tandems early. I'm going to go ahead and wait until we're squared up. So we'll go ahead and now they want tandems all the way back, and then also make sure you're set at -10, and then your trailer tip needs to be down to 20 or less before they'll load you. I'm going to get the doors open and we'll back it in. So the inside of the trailer froze so fast that my jacket was sticking to the interior of the door. Pretty well there. It's just now I gotta get the tandem sled, but I need to square up with the trailer first. Okay, we'll stop right there. The tandem sled. Okay. Now let's go forward. Our tandems are all the way back. Ryerson. Don't know who that is. Okay, good to go on tandems. Back it up. Come on. I don't want to hit the door too hard. I'm trying to get it to creep just the right speed, but it won't. Either wants to creep too fast or not at all. There we go. Okay. So pretty simple here. Alright, I don't know how the checkout process is. I'm guessing when they're done loading us, or I don't know about maybe when the door light turns green, if I go in there to sign, or if they bring the bills out to me, I don't know. That wasn't mentioned. So I guess once they finish loading and the door light turns green again, I'll probably just go back in the office and assume that I'll have to sign for the bills inside or something. I don't know. We'll see. Back up a little bit and we'll get you unlocked. Pull up, shut your doors, and just park it over here, and we'll come out and seal you up. Alright, so the door light is still red, but that's because the latch system guess this other guy can get docked in. I need to blast some defog or something. Can't tell if we're far enough over. Hopefully it's enough. Go. Alright guys, we are done loading here. It's coming up on 10 a.m. We didn't spend much time on the dock door at all there before they were done. But we had to get out of the dock door and out of the way so the other guy could get docked in. And then they sealed our trailer doors up. Went inside to go sign for the bills. It's not a super heavy but not light load. It's 32,000 pound load of McDonald's hotcakes. Let me get this out of here. Come on. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and scale it just for the heck of it anyway. Because it is close enough where it could be a scale problem, but at 32,000 pounds, it's not likely to be one. In fact, looking on my my thing right here, my gauge, it doesn't look like it's very heavy at all on the front end. Looks like 29,000 pounds or so, somewhere in that ballpark. There's Catskill, very convenient, right over here at this truck stop I was telling you about right down the street. So we're just going to go ahead and go over there, we'll scale it, and then get like a restroom and drink break and kind of stuff, and get rolling with it. So it'll be going to the Martin Brower facility in City of Industry, California. They got like a few different facilities over there. Martin Brower is the food service or the delivery service branch of McDonald's. Specifically, if you go into the one on Baker Parkway, which is right off where the 57 and 60 freeways run concurrently, in that area there in California. Alright, otherwise that's all we got on this one, alright? We'll go ahead and call this one a day here. Alright, so I hope you guys have got good information or enjoyed the video, whatever. We will see you guys in City of Industry. Alright, y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you guys in California.